Hadzabe Bush Tribe cook incredibly delicious meals, a celebration of life, simplicity, and human heritage. In the golden light of Tanzania's dawn, where the baobab trees stretch like wise elders into the rising sun, the Hadzabe people begin their day not with alarms or busy streets, but with the heartbeat of nature. Here, among the ancient rocks and savanna grasslands of the Lake Eyasi Basin, life flows with an honesty few of us remember, a rhythm inherited from thousands of years of human history. The Hadzabe are one of the last true hunter-gatherer tribes on Earth. Their meals are more than sustenance, they are rituals, stories, and echoes of the origins of all humankind. When they cook, they do so with joy, instinct, and deep reverence for the earth. Their food, while simple by modern standards, holds the soul of 1,000 generations. A fire in the dust. There is no kitchen, no countertops, no gas stoves or timers. Just a circle of stones, some wood from nearby trees, and fire coaxed to life with a few dry twigs and the friction of hands. As smoke curls into the sky, laughter rises with it, children chase each other around the fire while the elders prepare the morning meal. This is no fast food moment. Time slows as sweet potatoes are roasted in ash, wild tubers are unearthed from dry soil, and fresh honey, gleaned from daring climbs into baobab hives, is drizzled over foraged fruit. The Hadzabe's knowledge of the land is encyclopedic, passed down orally with precision and pride. Every root, leaf, and berry has its place, its season, and its purpose. The hunt and the harvest. In the Hadzabe world, every meal starts with gratitude. The men set off into the bush with handmade bows strung from animal sinew, their arrows tipped with poison derived from desert rose sap. They move like shadows, tracking the movements of dik-dik, guinea fowl, or baboons with a stillness that speaks of ancient communion with nature. Meanwhile, the women forage, digging with sticks, unearthing edible roots, plucking baobab fruit whose tart white pulp bursts with vitamin C. When they return, arms full of green bounty, the camp lights up in anticipation. Food is not hoarded or portioned, it is shared, with no concept of ownership. And when the hunters return with meat, the celebration begins. The animal is honored, every part used. The fire roars brighter as meat is grilled directly over the flames, juices dripping onto hot coals, sizzling like applause. A feast of the earth. Imagine biting into wild game fresh from the fire, smoky, tender, full of flavor no farm could replicate. Alongside it, roasted roots that taste like sweet chestnuts, and thick, nutty baobab porridge stirred slowly with carved wooden sticks. Honey is passed around, and everyone dips their fingers in, pure, unprocessed, perfect. Meals are eaten with fingers, while stories are told in rhythm with crackling flames. Children mimic the dances of birds. Elders speak of the stars and spirits of the land.
Okay, yako managote. Yako. Ingiza. Dati itelu. Yabe. Dudu koi. Yabe ngiti. On yao.
Chabita hai elami.
Ingetiana simunyoda tashi akweti one yako makweti one akwete kuta omana ni munyoda miko munyoda mama akwete one ale ya mukilimbida tenge tiana na kilimbida tete tashita pizza ape munyoda one Kako ya chitama nasa. Inge nani? Kutula. Kula evena la kubapola nani? Kutula bala pini okachana. Okakwa. Ambele teni. Ambele akaso. Kakete na inga. Amana mabena. Amana zakwa. Na egbeko ale eni na gwa tako be na ko teni ko hako yiketina aye api koitati api koitati ngakho la misi koko bawa la misi ichati ichasa la mi bawa isi pito isi pito wo kwesi okawo oba Avidet al baya ko la mi kwate ni yekete ibaga tume kamana ham tibazie bena ko bena umakwata kusangana bena kwako bamikela kote duwe ishata omashena kwithi akana akona bamikela amla soya ko ni boko kofe kuchungitsie ena takata hakane kwake cheche kwake na woko bamiso kama gidanga
A hyper-realistic depiction of a human-like figure from 3.5 million years ago, specifically an Australopithecus, would emphasize its primitive, yet complex features, rooted in a time long before modern humans walked the earth. This Australopithecus, an early hominin species that lived in Africa during the Pliocene epoch, would offer an intriguing combination of human and ape-like characteristics, reflecting a crucial point in human evolution. Physical appearance. The body of this Australopithecus would be smaller than modern humans, with a height ranging between 1 meter to 1.5 meters. Its frame would be more robust, with a more pronounced curvature in the spine to accommodate a mostly bipedal lifestyle, though it may still have retained some adaptations for tree climbing. The figure would be covered in coarse, dark hair, with small patches of lighter skin possibly visible around the face, the palms, and the soles of the feet. The face would be the focal point of this hyperrealistic portrayal. The Australopithecus would have a broad, flattened face, the prominent brow ridge marking its ape-like features. The nose would be wide and flattened, set just above a large jaw with prominent teeth, showing a mix of both human and primitive traits. Its eyes, deeply set under the heavy brow, would give it an expression that could be perceived as both intelligent and slightly wary, typical of a creature deeply aware of its environment, perhaps in a constant state of alertness. The skin would be rugged, showing a texture that hints at both the harsh environment in which it lived and the beginnings of human evolution. Fine wrinkles around the eyes and mouth would show traces of expression and age, signaling the complexity of social interactions among these early beings. The fingers and toes would be long, with slightly curved digits, a feature that would make the creature adept at climbing, though it still spent a significant amount of time on the ground. Posture and movement. In this realistic portrayal, the Australopithecus would be standing upright, though slightly hunched forward, a posture that represents the transition between walking on all fours and true bipedalism. Its arms would be longer than those of modern humans, hanging loosely at its sides but capable of swinging or reaching out with ease. The musculature would be visibly strong, showing that, although smaller in stature compared to later human ancestors, this creature was physically capable and well adapted to its environment. The hands would be powerful, with strong fingers capable of grasping and manipulating objects. Despite being an early hominin, the Australopithecus would demonstrate the fine motor control required for basic tool use, perhaps fashioning rudimentary tools or even using natural objects for protection or hunting. The feet, with their slightly opposable big toes, would show both the adaptability to bipedalism and remnants of tree climbing ability. Habitat and environment. Before the world changed, their traditions never did. Long before cities rose and machines hummed, before time was counted in minutes and life was lived in rush, there were people who moved not to the beat of the clock, but to the rhythm of the earth. In the heart of Tanzania, under vast skies and ancient trees, the Hadzabe people walk the land much as they always have, barefoot, present, and free. Where time stands still, and tradition never fades. Here, days are marked not by schedules, but by sunlight and shadow. Meals are not prepared in haste, but gathered through skill, patience, and deep respect for nature's offering. Knowledge is not written, it is spoken, sung, danced into memory. Passed from elder to child in stories by firelight, in the lean of a bough, in the taste of roasted tubers shared under the stars. In a world that moves fast, they move with the rhythm of the earth, unchanged, unshaken. They do not run to keep up. They walk with purpose. They do not seek more, they live with enough. While the rest of the world builds higher and runs faster, they remain rooted. Their lives are a quiet resistance to noise, to rush, to forgetting. Before progress, before pressure, there was this. A way of life that tradition never let go. To be Hadzabe is not to resist the future, it is to remember what it means to belong. To belong not to things, but to the land, to the hunt, to each other. Every gesture is steeped in meaning. Every step echoes ancestors. In their eyes is something rare, a presence undistracted, a gaze undimmed. Long before the noise, before the rush, the Hadzabe cooked with fire, with hands, with heart, and nothing has changed. Their fire is still lit, not just the one that warms their food, but the one that warms their spirit. It is a fire of memory, of community. It is the heartbeat of a people who do not just survive, they thrive in their stillness, in their movement, in their dance with the earth. Here, stories are not written, they are lived. Each day is a page, each laugh a verse, each silence sacred. And in that silence, the forest speaks, and they listen. Because they know that wisdom is not always loud, and progress is not always forward. So while the world spins faster, they remain rooted in time, anchored in truth. Living proof that tradition is not a relic. It is a rhythm, a pulse, a way home.